Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to another Ratfood, the episode in the week where it's more chill, it's more chats, it's more what's going on in the week.
Yeah, it's a bit more loose.
It's a bit more low-key.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm really good.
You said now. What do you want to say?
No, I was going to say now what I want to share is that I have a fidget ring on today because every single Ratfood I've watched back, I go, stop playing with your hands.
And now you can play with this beautiful spiky little purple
beautiful ring that I love so much.
Bless.
That I bought one for Sam. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
I bought one of these for Sam because she went, oh, that I gave it to her. I was like, have a go with this.
Yeah.
And Sam went, I want one. Bought one electric blue. Sam broke it in approximately 2 seconds of having it.
From fidgeting a bit too hard.
Fidgeting too hard.
Ants in my pants.
Ants. Do you want to try it, Tom?
Okay.
Go on.
Is it?
Roll
what do you
that
do with it?
up and down your finger.
Oh, it's like it's little headies.
Little herdies.
Yeah.
I think technically it actually is it's like a self-harm prevention like one as well.
Yeah, right.
Because it gives you just like a 7% sensory input.
Yeah, that's really
that kind of
cooking
hurts
me,
a little
actually.
bit.
That's really cooking me.
Do you like it or not?
I'm not sure.
And that's okay.
It's complex.
That's
it's very
okay.
cool.
Proud of you for having it on.
Thank you so much.
Hey, happy Wicked release.
I was going to say happy Wicked Week
Happy
to one, to all,
and
to Oz.
And to Oz. And to everyone that's going, oh, guys, can we just have one more week of Wicked? And then we promise you'll disappear. But let us lean in. Because this is huge news for the theatre community.
Yeah.
How, astronomically well this film is being received, both ratings-wise, money-wise, everything.
Yeah.
It's the era of theatre kids.
It really is.
It's the best film ever.
And we've been saying, I feel like their marketing budget has to, I reckon is equal to what Barbie's was, if not.
I was going to ask you literally right now, both of you, what do you think is going to have a bigger cultural impact, Wicked or Barbie? I don't know. We don't have to pit two female focused films against each
Barbie
other.
over Barbie probably because it's more what's the word, accessible, I feel like. And people, not everyone likes a musical.
But I think even though I love Greta Gerwig, I think Wicked is a better made film.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Barbie.
Yeah. Sam and I are going to see it again for the second time tonight. We obviously saw it for the first time at the global premiere, which was insane.
I almost reflecting back, I'm like, God, that's one of the coolest things we've ever done.
I agree. It was insane.
Yeah.
And I just, Wicked is everywhere. Everyone has a take. Everyone has a thought.
Yes. Have you seen that interviewer?
The holding space one?
Oh, Tom, you across this?
No.
So obviously it's become
not.
very well known that Cynthia and Ariana, because, the film means so much to both of them and they're both beautifully emotional women and we love that, have been crying a lot in a lot of their PR and press interviews for the film. And I think that this one interviewer went, I'm going to join that. And it's just the most orchestrated question to try and incite tears, but it just got hit back immediately.
Oh, see, I didn't read it that way. I didn't read it as she had orchestrated that. I thought she was being pretty earnest and pretty I think it was just a passing comment for her. And then I read it as Cynthia was like, I didn't know that was happening. Right. And then the interviewer was like, oh, yeah, because then you see the interviewer be like, yeah, well, I've definitely seen it on a few posts, but yeah. And then Cynthia's like, wow. And they look at each other and hold each other's hands and be like, that's what I wanted from the film. So,
well, maybe I think I saw it the opposite. I think the reporter, the interviewer, the way she delivers it and being like, I hear that the lyrics of Defying Gravity, a lot of people are holding space for that this week. And Cynthia's like, oh, I didn't know. She's like, yeah, well, I'm in queer media, so yeah. And it's the delivery of it. I'm like, I feel like she's waiting for a moment. And I believe that Ariana's touching her fingers to be like, can you believe this? But maybe I've read it completely wrong.
What do you mean touching her fingers to be like, can you believe this?
Ariana Grande, it's become viral, the handhold of it all.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande puts her two
that,
fingers on Cynthia's finger and is like, I don't know if it's a little code that she's doing on Cynthia's hand, being can you believe this woman? But what I have seen a lot of, the commentary around it is being like, this will be studied, this interaction will be studied for years to come. It's a fascinating moment.
I love the commentary that's all the people who are confused at Ariana and Cynthia Erivo's responses on this PR tour has been just tell me that you've never been in a year 12 production of Seussical where you spend the 12 weeks fighting with everyone and then on the closing night are these people are my fucking family, man.
It's actually ridiculous that in year 11 we would bring our parents into an auditorium, we'd stand on stage in dusty character shoes and then be like, he's on down the road, just whilst crying. And it's like, it doesn't matter that much. You'll see Jeremy tomorrow at school, Bianca. You don't need to be crying. But all the theatre kids do get it.
I also think we have to unpack the queer element of it all.
Please, I'd love to.
I've been obsessed with the is diatribe the right word? I don't know. I just think that's a great word.
Wait, what did you say?
Diatribe? I don't think I'm using that correctly.
Hey, sounds right to me.
All of the chats around women sporting women, just all of you being like, I reckon Mel, probably.
Yeah, probably sounds like that.
No, everyone being like, this concept of have Cynthia and Ariana actually fallen in love?
Yes.
Are they in love? Is that what we're actually witnessing here?
Yeah.
And I think it's really, really interesting. And a bunch of people being like, is it actually is it a queer thing that we're actually viewing here? I think my hot take on this all
Tell me.
is that I don't think there's anything queerer than a platonic friendship that feels deeply romantic.
And that's what it is. I think there is an undercurrent of romance between the two of them. I don't
agree.
necessarily think that they fuck,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised if one night in a trailer late at night after 24 hours of recording one short day, they're lying in bed and maybe they've kissed.
Yeah.
And I don't say that to queer bait or anything.
No.
I genuinely think it's beautiful. I'm going to call it on mic right now. I think what they have is very similar to the friendship that we have, Mel.
Yeah.
It's like this romance.
Yeah.
That sounds like with a lot to hide, but it's actually not.
We'll find a way to insert ourselves into the Wicked narrative.
We are kind of similar. I would say that
I
it's like
agree.
that beautiful romantic undercurrent.
I agree.
But you can just tell there's something, and I've seen heaps of tarot readers and like spirit TikTok girlies being like, the reason that these two girls are so compatible is they are opposites. Cynthia's a Capricorn and Ariana's a Cancer, and they are
true.
like perfect pairing in the zodiac.
It is very interesting as well. We can't not name it that they both have. Do you know this? They both have the exact same situation with the Bok of it all, the SpongeBob of it all.
No.
Oh, do you not know this?
No.
The person that Cynthia Erivo is currently with
Yes.
was the exact same situation, apparently, that Cynthia broke up a relationship to be with the person that she's currently
And he
with.
was in SpongeBob as well.
No, he wasn't also
He was
in
Patrick.
SpongeBob. But that it was the exact same situation.
Right.
Which is very funny.
There you go.
But this week in Mel and Sam world,
Yes.
talking about the queer and the wicked of it all, we have something so exciting to show that we would have dropped 2 days ago.
Yes.
By the time this comes out, which is Tell us, Sammy.
It is our gay wicked parody.
Yes.
Mel and I, we've made a shit hot music video. Thank you to Haven't You Done Well Productions for backing this queer piece of bullshit.
And it was actually, let's name it, Tom's idea.
It was Tom's idea.
Was.
Tom, we fucking love you, genuinely.
you.
Tom sat us down and thought, and because the story of this is we were going to, if I may.
Yeah, please.
We were going to record, Sam and I wrote this For Good Wicked parody a few years ago is how it came to be. We performed it at Max Watts once.
Yep.
And the response to it was literally like it was the best thing we had ever written. We were like, what? Sam and I always have this classic thing of like, we feel like, not in a huge way, but we spend so much time on our original music, and then it's often like the parodies or like the things that
Totally.
we wrote this For Good parody in an afternoon, in a few hours. I remember it.
To basically fill a gig slot.
Yeah, to fill a gig slot, and then people were like, "That's the best thing you've ever done, man." So we were we were recording it for the album that we've released, which you can also find on Spotify. It's called Mel and Sam the Mixtape, if you want to listen at all. And then literally when we were recording it, because famously we did our album with Tom sat us down and went,
The music video.
The music video. Do a music video. In fact, I think one of you guys was like, "Oh, the Wicked movie's coming out.
Me.
We should do something where we like do a lo-fi something rather with the music." And I was like, "Well, we could shoot a proper music video. I could probably make that happen."
and it's the way we went. It's the way we said lo-fi, and then what we got was the most hi-fi fuck off. I honestly, if we can wax lyrical about it for a second, like I think it's great we should talk about the things we're proud of more often. I'm just so proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of it too.
proud of what we've made. And we worked with Max, who is the most, what's Max's last name?
Miller.
Max
Miller.
Max Miller. It's so crazy. I don't
That
know.
sounds like an LA producer.
Max Miller has directed it. And Max is just a genius. And I'm just so proud of it. I would
so
love
proud of it too.
if you want to go have a look at it. It's on the same YouTube channel that all of our pods are on.
Yep.
It's called gay for good Wicked parody, I think.
Yeah. I also take my hat off to Max. Like, the entire music video is just shot in a bedroom, yet his ability to make it look like there's so many like movements and so much like it's so dynamic for what is basically not a one shot setup. He'd want to shoot me in the head for saying that. It's one shot, one camera, pretty easy, bang, done. But yeah, I'm really, really, really proud of it.
Like, it has lighting changes. What do you mean?
Lighting changes. We got our hair and makeup done.
We also both look the hottest we've ever looked in our lifetime.
Unfortunately, we did. So that's out in the world. And I know that some of you are probably listening going, shut up with Wicked. Just give us one more week.
Give us
one more week of Wicked.
I have another take about Wicked, if I may.
Tell you. Tell me. Not you. Tell you.
Tell you. I have to talk about the Jonathan Bailey of it all.
Sure.
Because when we were sitting watching the premiere, I had this moment of going, maybe I really am a lesbian, because the way that everyone reacted to Jonathan Bailey and I went,
oh no, I'm the same
I
as you.
don't get it, right? I was wondering if you would be the same.
Fiero,
or if
right?
not. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I am too absolutely befuddled by these two super women on stage.
Yeah.
On stage, so true.
Yeah.
On screen. And I was like, how could you be focusing on anything else? But it was like, he does this line, I've forgotten what it is now, but when he's like, he just does some like hot and sexy.
In
like,
Dancing Through Life?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one of them is like, don't get in trouble or something like
Yeah.
that. And people were like, and I was like, oh,
I'm
God.
actually all good. I'd actually
don't
rather
get
sit
it.
down and learn some spells with Madame Morrible. Have her be like, no, we hold the wand like this. And I'm like, mommy. No, Wicked, important. And I will call it as well. Like, my sister's boyfriend is not into musical theatre. He's a massive film buff, loves the movies.
Yeah.
And he was saying, he's like, it was so freaking fantastic. As someone that doesn't like musicals, I think it's such a brilliantly made film. And 2 hours, 40 minutes, didn't even feel like that. I was like,
that's
by
what
the
we
end,
said
I went,
as well.
I didn't even need a toilet break. I've
Yeah.
heard some cinemas doing breaks in the middle. That's such a boring
Really?
talking point to bring up. Some cinemas are doing breaks.
I think they could have shaved 14 minutes off of it,
Yeah, sure.
you know?
I kind of leant in. I went, let that string swell for a little bit longer and let's fucking do it. I think Ariana Grande is an absolute star. Cynthia Erivo is a star. They're both so phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm also very intrigued. I'm like, I wonder if Wicked Part 2 will get as much hype, or if people go, yeah, all right.
Yeah, if it kind
Here
of had
comes
its
the second
moment.
part. Because the key songs in Wicked Part 2 are, the big ones are Thank Goodness, For Good,
As long as you're mine.
I'm Not That Girl.
No Good Deed.
No Good Deed.
There's killer ones. In
Killer
Act
ones.
2.
Not as strong, but hey, we'll see.
I don't agree that they're not as strong. I reckon a lot of the songs in Act 2 are killer.
It's because when the characters have more to care about
Yeah.
compared to just
They
being
get
like,
gritty.
this is the world. Like, I like a nama, ma.
Elphaba gets a darker lip and everything changes.
Elphaba she does actually. Yum. Can't wait to see Cynthia Erivo in a dark Mac lip. Yum. Stars.
Tom, will you go see it?
I would like to. It's
Yeah.
very difficult to see movies with a little baby, but
Yeah.
I would very much like to see it.
Atlas and Wicked just like,
Yeah.
I'll say one thing for free. Usually, especially with the whole Barbie train, there was the wave of people that were like, this film is like entry-level feminism. And I would agree that there was like a few things with Barbie where I was like, we spoke about there being no like fat representation, even though Barbie is like so historically has a whole conversation around bodies, right? Watching Wicked, it's been interesting that all of the people that are like, I'm not seeing this film, it doesn't look very good, or it gives me weird vibes, they're kind of just being pushed to the side. Everyone's going, nah, it's pretty good. Thanks for trying though. But actually the main crux of people are like so in.
100%.
And I love it.
No, I couldn't agree
Yeah.
more. Well, we're going to throw to a really quick little ad break.
Yes, we are.
And then we're going to chat more about our weeks, more about what's going on. Do you have anything in the tank, Sammy?
Of what's going on in my week?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll be sharing after this ad. Don't
Beautiful.
you worry. What's been going on in your week, Bob?
What's been going on in my week? I've been really excited about the Wicked drop of our music video, I think is the main thing.
Yeah.
I really importantly saw Dreamgirls for the first time the other night.
There you go. I've
The
never
film.
seen it.
Oh.
So tell me.
It was fucking brilliant, because it has Beyonce in it, baby
Yes.
Beyonce.
Yes.
and
How old
also-
was she when she did it?
It's a great question. No idea.
Is
And,
Dreamgirls like 2007 or something?
it's giving
That.
like,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
The costume is giving that.
Just three people on a mic who don't know.
yeah.
I feel like so much on this. I'm like, I don't know. That sounds good. It's absolutely sacrilegious that I hadn't seen Dreamgirls as a music theatre
Yeah,
going.
100%.
And God, it's good. Jennifer Hudson. So the whole thing that I didn't realise about Dreamgirls was that Jennifer Hudson had never been in anything really. Like that film introduced her to the world.
Wait, so is this before she did American Idol?
So she did American Idol in 2004.
Right.
But had never done like a film.
Right.
And then she did Dreamgirls in 2006. And when you see this film, I was literally just like, my jaw was to the floor. I was like, I've never seen a performance like it. This is such a base take. Everyone's going to be like, welcome, I guess. Yeah, Dreamgirls is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my good God. And then it's so slay. My favorite thing was at the end. This is my dream, right?
Yeah.
In the credit sequence. And because I was watching it with Sarah and I was like, what the hell? Like they've done like Beyonce Knowles as blah, Eddie Murphy as blah. The cast is like incredible. Jamie Foxx as blah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, where the hell is Effie White, who's like the character that she plays. And so I was just like, wait, because she's seen it a million times. And I was like, where? And then at the end of the credits, it's like, boom, brrr, with like a drum roll. It's like, and introducing Jennifer Hudson as Effie White. And I was just like, it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it now. I was like, can you imagine like landing a role like that? And like that would just change your life.
Special.
Like,
I love films that introduce people for the first time. I'd rather see 10 films in a row with a new star
100%
than 10
same.
films with stars that I know.
Same.
But maybe that's not how it works.
Yeah. Well, I think often you need a bit of clout, don't you?
But we love an underdog.
We love it.
So
Well, it's like
it's very interesting.
It's what we need more of, specifically in the Australian music theatre industry. I'm like, I dare you to cast someone who's a fresh grad in the leading role.
Yeah.
It happens so rarely.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like when it does happen, it's so worth celebrating.
Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to think of like other iconic first roles, but that would kind of go for a million years, being like, and Zac Efron when he was in High School Musical. Yeah, good take.
Sarah told me the other day that a lot of that a lot of lesbians' first crushes were Zac Efron.
Yeah,
the crossover is
he
really
was
big.
He was absolutely the kind of gateway, clean, squeaky wildcat boy for lesbians
Squeaky
to go.
clean.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it always.
Dreamgirls, got to watch it.
Dreamgirls, got to watch it. And then I had because I don't really watch a lot of movies these days.
Yes.
My attention span really struggles.
Yeah, we're going to unpack this one time because I'm the same.
Yeah, and we'll chat about it on another pod. But yeah, I literally cannot watch anything at the moment. And I sat through Dreamgirls and I went beautiful. And then the next night, or it might have even been the same night, I watched Ice Age. Now, you want to chat about cinema brilliance.
Does that have any new stars?
It's the way I sat there cackling like a little gal.
Oh,
I went, Ice Age holds up.
yeah.
Sit the
All of those Pixar ones, they
So
really
good.
have stood
But
the
like
test of time.
the comedy,
Yeah, right. I haven't seen it
I
in
was
years.
laughing.
Couldn't tell ya.
Yeah.
Ice Age. God, I haven't seen that in a zillion years.
Anyway, that's me. It's giving Mel O'Brien cinema brilliance this week.
good on you. Sitting down and watching some movies and not scrolling on the top.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you.
What did you have on this week, baby?
I went to the beach and I basically crashed a date. It was with my two mates, Sunny and Nina, who were like gorgeously in love. And then I was like, Sunny, you doing anything today? Do you guys want to go to the beach? Can I come? It's me sitting in the back seat. It was great. We went down to Point Leo, had a beautiful swim, had a lie in the sun.
Was that on the 36-degree day?
It was on the 36-degree day. Invited Mel, no response. I was like, we're on the road, Mel. Are you coming?
And you know what I was doing?
Sleeping. Oh, absolutely. I even messaged Sarah, Mel, out as light. And I'm like, beautiful. And then it was pretty funny. Then I had I am just really bad with this. I have actually debilitating hay fever. It is so bad to the point where
It's
I
been
can't
bad in Melbourne too recently.
Oh, 100%. I can't even see. My eyes are watering. I feel like there's 1,000 blowflies under my eyelids just dancing the Macarena. And I'm like, fucking hell. My nose is going like a tap, but I'll still be like, no, I don't need a antihistamine. Or I'll take an antihistamine and it won't work. And so
It's
then
your
we're
decision martyrdom.
decision martyrdom. Naturally, if you're a listener of Rat Bag, that'll make sense to you. If not, go back because I have decision martyrdom. But I'm sitting we go to Point Leo Estate, which is very like, you go there for a baby shower. You go, not even a baby shower, a hens. And we walk in and there's oysters and there's people in crisp linen shirts with bottles of Chardonnay. And I walk in, I'm like, can you guys where's your bathroom? And I go in, I'm splashing my face out whilst these other two girls in the bathroom are like, do you think that like, did this do I need to put my mascara on? And I'm like, I reckon you're pretty fucking good actually. And then I come out, my eyes are watering, and Sunny and Nina, like in a way that almost made me feel a bit embarrassed. They're like, do we need to go home? Do you reckon you're all right? I'm like, no, I'm fucking fine.
Why don't
I'm
you just take an antihistamine?
Didn't have any there.
Yeah, right.
And took one in the morning. Didn't work. Anyway,
Yeah.
hay fever, dead. Then we go out for a fancy dinner in Red Hill. And I order
Look at you go. So I know you went to the beach. I didn't know you went
No, we had a day. They had a full date night and I went.
for a day at the
Shall
manor.
shall I come along? Should we do some question cards? Sonny, Nina, and me. I was like their annoying kid that they had to give an iPad to, literally. And we sit down and we're eating. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, guys. And they're like, what? I'm like, no, sorry. I know I've been up to the bathroom about 4 times, but is there something on my lip? And they like look over at me and they're like, oh, my God, Sam. And I'm like, what? And a bug had bitten my lip and it had blown up. Like I got lip filler on one side of my lip and I'm sitting there like a lopsided Picasso painting. Them and their lopsided Picasso painting going, can I have a try of your tagliatelle? give me a slurp of that soup. I was like a Lana in Broad City when she eats all that shellfish. She's like, I know my limit. And then I scale it back, man. I scale it back.
I always, when people have get bit like that, I always think of now, famously, Sam won't know this because she doesn't know Harry Potter.
Yeah.
However, when Harry Potter gets, not the government name, when Harry Potter gets kazammed by Hermione when they're trying to find him and then she puts a sting curse on him and his face like fully blows up. I had the exact same thing happened to me I was in Italy and I went to this like Italian pharmacy and I was like, what's up? And they were like, oh
my God,
dear.
your just eyes are slits and you've got blown up lips.
And it turns out the mosquitoes in Italy are different.
There you go.
And I'm allergic to mosquitoes at the best of times.
You're having to not dox the word mosquitoes for copyright. Mosquitoes are copyrighted
Mosquito
for sure.
TM.
Mosquito TM. Oh, but yeah, it was pretty funny. I did walk into that Point Leo estate smelling like bug spray, like fucking hives on my face. I'm like,
well, everyone's there in their like
Riesling to go
in their bodycon dresses with heels on, and you're like, "What's up, guys?"
100%. So that was my weekend. Didn't watch Dreamgirls. Didn't watch Ice Age. Still, I'm going back and rewatching all of Love Is Blind.
Oh,
not rewatching,
perfect.
Starting but going backwards, and
Perfect.
I'm quite simply obsessed with it. I have one take on Love Is Blind.
Go on.
I know I've spoken about it on the pod before, but I do have to say one more thing. The editing team need to sit down. You're going to agree with me on this, and they need to have a meeting. And I need to be at that meeting and I'm going to say this to them. Hey, guys, I reckon probably a little bit less of the dress try-ons and a little bit more of the convo chats when they get to know each other. Have you ever sometimes listened to the conversations they have in the pod? It'll be like, yeah, and so my name, I'm making something up now. They're like, so my name is Danielle and and I think that I work as a butcher. And it's like, and I think that because of your family, the other person will be like, and I think because of your family history, that's probably why you feel that way. And I'm like, you didn't give us any of that
Cutting
precursor.
is rogue.
You don't get to know them at all. I would watch 5 more episodes of them just talking.
I couldn't agree more. Well, we had was it on the episode of Rat Pack? I'm not sure. Could be a spoiler.
Yeah.
Where we discuss, imagine if Love Is Blind, you actually watched it blind.
Yes, with a towel. Which some people do.
Some people do. Some people have been doing that on TikTok.
Yes.
I want to do that with the next season.
I would love to. We should do that together.
And then certain people walk out of the doors and they're like, what?
Yeah.
As if they have like blonde hair. That's crazy.
100%. But yeah, show us more of the conversations in the pod because I felt like I was being gaslit and let out of so many conversations.
I so agree. The wedding dress try-ons. I'm
skip it.
I don't care.
I skip it. All the conversations meeting the parents couldn't be asked.
I agree. And do you know why? Because I think everyone's got a bit more walls up because their other friends and family are around.
I agree.
So they're not being real.
We don't want that.
No.
We want real. And it's a brilliant concept for a show. I want a queer version. And you know how I want it. Because I'm like, they would all fall in love in the female living quarters. Well, fuck that. They just live in isolation. Pod. Swap.
Yeah. Do you know what also I was thinking about this week? And it's in relation to
boink.
Do you watch Love Island?
No.
Okay, so I don't either. And it's important to say I've never seen a season. I don't religiously watch it. I'm not a Love Island girly. However, they've had this person, M. Have you seen this on your TikTok for you page?
Who's got great style.
Who's like alt.
Yes.
And they never have an alt girl on there.
I love that. Is she queer?
I don't know. She could be bi. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But what I want is an alt heavy like Love Island or an alt heavy like because also gorgeous have the Cook Eye girlies on there.
Absolutely.
However, should be something for everyone.
There should be something for
I also
everyone. I'm so
dare
with
them
you.
to cast a fat person on that show.
This is the same with Love
Dare
is
them to cast a
Blind.
person with a disability.
Also, Love is Blind, I don't think that they've really
No, they've had
represented
like someone who
bodies.
was like a size like 16
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
which is like the average Australian woman size. But yeah, literally when anything else on TikTok been
I have been seeing they're popping up everywhere like little fucking whack-a-moles. I'm like, enough on internet. I'm constantly swiping them away.
What?
There has been a absolute surge and wave in the ocean of celebrity lookalike contests.
Oh,
They
yes.
are everywhere. From Jeremy Allen White to Jacob Elordi. There was a Heath Ledger lookalike competition in Sydney.
See, the only one that's been on my radar was Timothy Chalamet.
He put it into the viral canon.
Yes, and the Zendaya.
Yes, there was a Zendaya one.
That's all I've seen.
Yep. Usually the prize, I know it, the Jeremy Allen White one and the Harry Styles one, I believe it was like $50 and a box of cigarettes. Like it's not for the cash of it all. It's for the show up and have fun of it all. But what's really funny to me, and this is on Australians never taking anything seriously, right?
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet one obviously was huge. There were hundreds of people there, and then of course Timothy showed up.
He came, didn't
All hell
he?
broke loose. They got shut down by police.
Yeah.
Other ones have been huge. The Jeremy Allen White one was really massive.
Yeah.
There was a Zayn lookalike competition
From One Direction.
One Direction.
True.
Apparently a butch lesbian entered and fucking slayed the actual Boots house down. Wish I had a photo of that diva, but I don't.
So, can we put one here?
Yeah, absolutely. Love. But of course it comes to Australia. And the Jacob Elordi one, guess how many contestants they had?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be lots or hardly any. Let's go with 7.
Tim? Tom.
I was
Tom,
thinking
Tom.
like less than 10 for sure.
Yep, 5. No! And I'm pretty sure that none of them, if any of them, rocked up to compete. They just grabbed them from the street. Like, can you please come over? We're doing this thing at the State Library. We'd really like to have you there. It was an absolute flop. And then this tall man with a mop of hair.
Because
is
Australians don't care about anything.
shopping with his mum or something, and they're like, please come over to our competition. You'll probably win. So I've got some photos of the lookalikes.
Can you
and how-
please?
So here's some previous ones. That's our Wicked video. We don't need that.
Oh, it's
that. Okay, so here is the guy that won the Jeremy Allen White
Oh my God.
competition. We'll put it on the screen.
Oh, it really looks like him.
Really looks like him. Good on him.
Good on him. Hope he's doing well.
Paul Mescal.
That
yeah.
that
That's
looks
pretty bang on. Timothy Chalamet, he also dressed as Wonka, so you better work.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that's.
No.
I've seen other videos from the Chalamet not meet and greet, look-like competition, and I don't think he looks the most like him.
No, I would say that he's probably the weakest
A
resemblance.
controversial win.
I think this guy's pretty Harry Styles.
Go on.
I don't know any of them by name.
yeah.
Hey, if they've entered a competition, they have to go by Harry now or Jeremy. And this was the Heath Ledger one. He won $51, and I think it's pretty good. The eyes and the lips and the hair and the eyebrows of it all.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But
And the Jacob Elordi one?
No, I don't even have a photo of it. We'll put it on the screen. Hey, I think he was pretty self-aware. He's like, I do believe I won this contest because I'm tall. And I think, hey, but it is funny to me that, yeah, any competition comes to Australia and you get 5 people at the State Library going, huh? And they're not even people that were like meaning to enter the competition.
I love that
But
so
I think there's just
much.
going to be more and more and more. And
Yeah.
that was going to be my final question. If you were to compete in a celebrity lookalike contest,
great
what
question.
would you compete in?
Do you have one, Tom? Do you have a celebrity look-like?
No. People have said once to me, but I've never agreed.
Yeah. Tell
The
me.
most common one I got was, remember Chris Pratt before he got ripped?
Chris Pratt?
Yeah. Like back
Yes.
in the day when
Like
he was in
in-
Community or whatever he was in.
Yes,
Not-
I know what you're talking
Oh.
Yeah, people used to say back then that I looked a bit like him.
Yeah.
But now he's like a sex goddess now that he's got ripped. And
Hey, you're our
and
sex
stuff,
goddess.
so-
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
So now it sounds like a brag, but that's what people used to say when he was just playing a dork.
No,
you
I
know?
love that.
Yeah.
Sammy, you get Judy Garland, right?
I get Judy Garland when she was young, not Judy Garland when she was older.
Yeah.
And I more of a striking resemblance when I was younger. But my eyes are green now; they're not brown, so I can't really. Yeah, for anyone listening, I have pretty fucking olive green eyes. It's pretty wild. Anyway, we'll move over to your answer.
I don't get many, but I get Tanya Hennessy a bit.
I would say because funny as well.
Which like I
similar
get.
vibes.
Yeah, I think and I finally met beautiful Tanya Hennessy at Wicked actually
Wicked.
to bring us right back 360 at Wicked, and she went Mel, and I went Tanya, and I went I'm obsessed with you, and she went I'm obsessed with you, and I was like we are twins, and she was naturally.
You are pretty twinny.
I used to get Amy Schumer, but again I think that's big. I don't think we look anything alike.
No, I think that's two people going you're fat.
Literally, we're both just not thin and do comedy a bit.
Yeah, I think that's no. You do not look like Amy Schumer. The only other one that I've gotten sometimes is Bella Thorne. But I don't really see it.
Bella Thorne.
Dark brown eyes.
See that.
Massively beautiful fat lips. She's fucking hot. And every time someone said that, I'm like, yeah, I've also had Michael Jackson. So thank you so much for playing. We've been Mel and Sam.
And Minecraft Steve.
And Minecraft
How could we
Steve.
forget?
Absolutely. All the time. That's it.
Hey, that's been Ratfood. What are you eating for Ratfood today?
You know, that's a really good question. Or I am eating I'm eating a peace lily, the plant.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I've got cucumber, but cut into little stars like you use when you're making food for kids.
Cute.
And that's what I'm having. What are you having, Tom?
I'm having a can of John West tuna, and I'm mad about it because the
Tom,
Serena was out.
your answer cannot be tuna in brine and cheese.
That's all I eat, guys.
He can do whatever he wants.
Guys, if you haven't yet, please go check out our Wicked Parody. It's probably the best thing we've ever made. We're very, very proud of it. It lives on our YouTube, so just look up Mel and Sam on YouTube. It's really, really funny and looks really, really good.
And if you have any mates that you know are like chronically online or love theatre or Wicked or anything gay, send it to them.
Yeah,
and you can be
please.
that person that finds something cool and goes, have you seen this? And they go, nah, and then you're cool.
Before it pops off.
It's gonna catapult, man.
After that 17 views being like, yeah, you caught that before it popped off then.
I hope everyone has a beautiful week that's listening. We love you. Enjoy Wicked if you're seeing it. To all the people that hate Wicked, it's nearly over.
Yeah.
The wave is nearly about to crash onto shore.
You've almost
and then
made
it'll be
it.
gone no more. That's it.
Happy
We love
Ratfood
you.
to one to all.
One to all and to all. Good night.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
This is a Grouse House podcast.
Mel and Sam would like to acknowledge that this podcast was created and recorded on stolen land.
The original custodians of this land have had a rich history of storytelling for over 65,000 years, and we pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, whose land we are making Ratbag on.
Treaties were never signed, sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land.